Guys, will you shut up for a minute? We gotta get you the fuck out of Dodge, man. We're going to Vegas tonight.
What are you talking about, Vegas?
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Hey, welcome back, Roulette subscribers. And those new people stopping by, hey, welcome to you guys too. And for all the craps players, of course, that might have an interest in roulette or how I do play roulette, this could be of interest to you as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start off with the 5 line. And this video pretty much goes off to Jonathan Forshaw. Man, I hope I got your name right, buddy. If not, I apologize, but you know who you are. Anyway, he had messaged me and was curious as to why I hadn't done a roulette in a while, or that he wanted to see more content regarding that. So I figured, it was a good time, because this is, of course, a craps and roulette channel, but I had been spending so much time on refining my craps that I kind of stuck with that. So for those new people that are new and have never seen this, I'm going to be doing the 5 line today. Generally speaking, I would start off in this situation with $5 chips, or if you wanted to, you could start off with dollars, but for $150, you could do okay at this level, and this is where I'd recommend that you start. Okay, you could do the ones, but in this case, because I can't use 5s, I'm going to use the 50 chip. The reason why is it would be 5, of course, 5 times 5 is 25, but I don't have a $25 chip either, so I'm going to be using the 250 chip. Why is because when that wins, it's going to recover all the previous loss that you had on that lower tier. It's going to be just a 1 level martingale, and it's a very effective way, considering it does cover, or this does cover, 80% of the board. So having said that, let's go ahead and lay it out and get started, and I'll explain as I go. These chips that I'm laying out here, they don't specifically have to be in this order whatsoever. What I would hope that you guys do is make sure that these areas are covered, and the reason why I say that has to do with the layout on the wheel. If you lay it out like this, you're going to find that there are the least amount of gaps between the large group of numbers. There might be one space in between all the groups, and yeah, every number has the exact same odds of coming in, but that will further reduce the odds and expectations that that ball could fall in one of those empty spots. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to roll it out here, and I'm going to spin it up here. And what I'm doing here is I want to keep betting, keep betting until one of my losing numbers come in. Now, if you look at the chips at the bottom, it's pretty obvious which numbers are going to be the losing numbers, and those will be the 13 through 15 and the 22 through 24. And generally speaking, again, I would just keep continuing on betting for about 5, 5 or 6, and there's a losing number. Okay, so in this situation, what I'm going to do is this is important. It's imperative that you make sure you do not get a back-to-back losing number. Why? It's because you don't want to be like me on my last trip to Las Vegas. I hadn't played in a while, and it was late at night. I was kind of burned out on craps and wanted to mix things up a little bit. I took 150 bones to the roulette table on 2 occasions, mind you. I didn't learn my lesson the first time. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put a link at the very top, and that's going to be a rundown of my very shitty, crappy day that I had in Las Vegas. And there's a lot of stuff that happened, and oh my gosh, that was just crazy. But yes, in that case, I was not waiting for a back-to-back loss, and yeah, I lost. So anyway, I'm going to spin it once again to make sure I don't get a back-to-back loss. It's not a back-to-back loss. I rolled it again, whatever. Now I'm going to drop down to my $50 bets. I'm sorry, $25 chips, or 250 in this case. And I'm going to hit it for just 1. And this is very similar, of course, to how I play with my crap strategy, which is kind of generally how I came up with it in a sense. But anyway, so when I win at this one, what's going to happen is I'm going to recover all the previous money that I would have lost on that round, which would have been 25 bucks. So I'm going to now regress back down to my $5 chips, or in this case it's 50 just for the sake of shits and giggles. And I'm just going to keep rolling it out. Okay, there's a losing number again, making sure I don't have a back-to-back loss. Ah, there's a back-to-back loss, see? So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. And in this situation, it's nice because, again, you're waiting for a back-to-back loss, right? So I can prevent that 3 times in a row happening. I'm going to increase it to my 25s. Now, yeah, every number has the exact same odds of coming in. I understand that. But again, it comes down to where these numbers are plotted on the wheel. And the odds and expectations of that ball have diminished to the point where, wait, where was I? Okay, now I'm going to regress back down to my $5 chips. And I'm going to keep rolling it out, spinning it out. Rebet. 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 Okay, there's a loss. Now it gives me a chance to do it just one more time to show you how this recovers. Generally speaking, I advise people to only go about 5 wins deep, because remember, you're dealing with 80% of the board. So with each additional spin on top of those 5, you're increasing the odds and the expectations that those numbers could come up. Now, again, I understand every number has the exact same odds of coming in, but we'll just go with that former premise. So I'm going to ensure I don't have a back-to-back loss. Didn't happen. I'm going to lay out my 250s or $25 chips. And I'm going to hit it for 1. And there you have it. So that brings me up $50. I'm going to bring this to a close. I could keep going on, but that will give you the general idea of how the 5 line works. After that, I would probably, or not probably, but I always start off at the foundation of the 25s or 5 lines to build it up to play the 3-3-2. And in that case, what I'm going to do is, again, starting with the $50 chip or $5 chips, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 for my 3, 3, 2. Okay, and I'm just going to go for it for 2 rolls. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, the reason why is for you to do what I was doing before with the 5 lines, doubling it to make your recovery. It's going to take a significant amount of money more for you to be able to do that. And I don't want that to happen. So I limit it down to just 2 spins. Yeah, it's $10, but that's up to you to decide. But I stick with 2 or 3. And then what I'll do is I will spin it and wait until I get those losing numbers, and I'll explain those if you wish. So there's one of the losing numbers. Okay, it could be these. It could be these if you were to put them this way. Okay, or down here if you want to put it this way or this way, this way or this way, or if you're playing this side in the middle. If you happen to know, if you happen to see the board is patterning on your low numbers or your low 12s and the top 12s, then you can cover those accordingly with your 2 chips, or of course 3-3-2 that way. So I'm going to make sure I don't have a back-to-back loss. Okay, I don't have a back-to-back loss. Again, I'm going to lay it out. So it's going to be 15, 15, 5, 5. I'm going to spin it again. And I'm going to spin it again. Oops. Well, you get the idea. Anyway, I'm going to bring this to a close now. We're at our 10-minute mark. I hope this you found this interesting, but that's kind of the important thing with the layout of my 5-line and my 3-3-2. And most importantly, the most important aspect of this game is making sure that you wait, that you don't get a back-to-back loss. And on the 3-3-2, go for 2 or 3 wins, wait for your losing number, and then wait for your empty spin to make sure you don't get a back-to-back before you bet again. And once again, the reason why is for you to recover and recoup what you had before. It's not feasible based on the amount of money that you have. And for that reason, I just limit it to 2 or 3. All right, so with that in mind, hey, you guys have a great day, a better tomorrow, and Shokti Kop, which is Thai. That means best of luck to you. You guys take it easy, all right?